Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and thank you for joining me for the next part of 6.1's gameplay. So we're going to be doing Tataru's Grand Endeavor. So this is going to be taking place over the next several patches. This is just part 1. So we unlock it in Scion with Small Businesses, Big Dreams. So we're just outside her boutique. So let's go ahead and accept it. Medinja seems inordinarily eager to speak with you. I think that's how you say her name. I'm not sure. If I butcher it, I apologize. Claire, welcome, welcome. I am Medinja, assistant shopkeeping apprentice seamstress here at Taru's boutique. I doubt you remember my face, as I am merely one of many who owe you our lives, but you will always have my gratitude for saving me that day on the Alban Rim. You are too kind, and while I hate to ask aught more of you, please say you're here to assist Mistress Tataru's new endeavor. Well, not initially, but since we're here, we might as well. Especially since Tataru's never going to let us go. Not yet, but she soon shall be. Well, speak of the devil. Quite literally. Whatever would we do without your penchant for turning up precisely when you're needed, eh? Run, Claire. Run while you have the chance. Now, to make the long story of our sovereignty short, we've secured the resources to produce the new designs I developed in cooperation with guilds near and far, in sufficient quality to meet rising demand. I shan't rest on my laurels, however. To serve passing adventures, and the occasional intrepid Charlian is all well and good, but we're hardly taking the world by storm. No. Much like yourself, we must look towards new horizons. The science proved that cooperation on a star-wide scale is possible, and we would be fools not to capitalize on that to build the grandest trade network in the history of Eidolon, all for the greater good, of course. Yes, it's a wonderful opportunity to bring people together. I often think back to that incredible moment when the Gallian army came to our rescue. Perhaps our efforts too will one day lead to a miracle like that which took place on the Alban Rim. I have no doubt that they shall, but we mustn't expect such alliances to form themselves. We must be proactive, and who better to woo our future partners in commerce than our current #1 customer, you! Well, I'm not sure if you count me as a customer since I don't pay for anything. Our erstwhile comrades in arms know that when it comes to good equipment and better ideas, you have such keen eyes as our adventurer extraordinaire. Even should they hesitate at first, I'm certain you can convince them using the samples I prepared. Cover my aetheryte expenses. Well, I doubt that she will, but I see that your mind is made up. But of course, with your assistance, we'll have both coin and goodwill flowing in no time. Everything is falling into place. Where shall we send Claire first? Don't you worry, I have it all planned out. First, Lominsa. Sicard has the bloody executioners working harder than ever, so he's sure to appreciate any extra supplies. Next, Gridania. The Seatseers are a source of trusted authority and insight into the Shroud, so we not go amiss in cultivating the investment of, say, A-Ruhn-Senna. I hear tell that he has some interest in affairs abroad, so the novelty of our samples may persuade him to our side. I like that we're including A-Ruhn lately. As for Ul'dah, I feel confident in pinning our hopes on Pippin. He's always been a stalwart ally, and it goes without saying that he has more than a little sway in the Sultanate. Between his involvement with the Immortal Flames, the Syndicate, and the Colosseum, he's bound to find a use for quality accoutrements. Oh, she already has everything ready to go. It's like she knew. She knew we'd be here today. With that out of the way, Medina, would you do the honors? Never let it be said that Tataru is stingy with her samples. Now, if you make your way to Limsa and climb aboard the Astalicia, I'm certain someone will point you in Sidcard's direction. I have my own ventures of inquiry to attend to, but I'll check in periodically to see how your journey is coming along. Let's get to it. I do think that the animations are a little bit different for the characters now. Funny how that works. As Mistress Tataru says, trust is the foundation of a stable business, and we trust in you. Well, that's a brave thing. Okay, so heading straight off to Limsa. I suppose I could teleport back, but I really don't want to. I could just take a ship back and be just as good. So, what these series of quests are going to be about is visiting old friends and allies, just picking up on seeing how everyone is doing. So, of course, we're going to be seeing Sidcard, A-Ruhn, and Pippin, and so we're going to learn a little bit more about how the three nations are doing, apparently. And this is going to be taking place over a series of patches. So this is just part 1, and I'm guessing that the next part is probably going to be involving places like Ishgard, Alamigo, Doma, something like that. I mean, I was actually kind of thinking that it might also include us going back to the first and maybe like building like some kind of a business venture there. I don't think that's going to happen, of course, because we're the only ones who can actually travel back and forth between the first and the source. So we would have to be the ones to be constantly going back and forth with Tataru. I mean, unless Y'shtola finds a way to be able to travel between shards. I mean, that would be interesting too, but I'm really not sure if that's the wisest course. I mean, I think it's dangerous if the worlds become too aware that there are other shards out there. I mean, I can only imagine the chaos that would erupt from all that. I mean, I guess it would be kind of like you discovering that you have like a long-lost family living like in another country that you didn't know about and you really want to go meet them, but they may not take well to that whole thing. That's kind of what it feels like to me anyway. Been a while since I've been here. Not Limsa, I visit Limsa all the time, but I mean the ship specifically. Oop, typical. Take the dead-end route. I recognize ye. What do ye want? Long as it's not about another bloody apocalypse, I don't see why not. Wait here. Yeah, I don't think anyone really wants another apocalypse. That's just me, though. Well, bugger me. Well, we've seen the last of you for a while. What brings you aboard? Your crew seems busy. No rest for the wicked and all. We're getting so many shipping requests that we've hardly put down anchor since old Charlian. You know, there was a time I thought pirating was the whole world. That being the best of them all meant something. Going to Ishgard made me see how small my world was compared to the real one. Standing next to the star's finest, I started to wonder what I had to brag about. Then the bloody executioners went and did me proud by bringing in a bigger goddamn haul of adamantite than anyone else in the realm. Between that and the new metalworks we've got going with the kobolds, and the Sahagin looking to export their own wares, it seems like the right time for the executioners to change our sails, so to speak. Which is all to say that if you've got wares for promoting, I'd be happy to show them off across the realm and beyond. Well, it's right there next to you. Masterworks from Tataru's boutique, guaranteed by the warrior Light herself. Almost seems a waste to wear them. Folk be lining up at the docks for these. Literally, seen as old Charlian's only accessible by sea, now if we got ourselves an exclusive shipping contract... I see the course clear as day. Now we just need a Manolane on board. Really? Manolane? He's right useless when there's work to be done, but talk's another matter. And he still owes me one for keeping his sorry arse out of trouble. So I'll help him put me in touch with a few savvy salesman types on the continent. Ah, said Card, I admit I was not the biggest fan of you when we met back in Shadowbringers, but you know, you've really stolen my heart recently. Tell Tataru I look forward to setting sail on this new tide of hers. May the winds of change guide us right. Claire, it's me. How goes our little ventures thus far? Oh, Sidkar's eyeing the shipping routes, is he? All according to plan. But our work's only just begun. I'll keep my own contacts while you work on A-Ruhn. I hear he's not often in the city, but I don't doubt that Mother Mione can sniff him out. Funny that she calls exactly when we deliver the goods. How much do you want to bet that she's going to be calling exactly once we're done talking with A-Ruhn? Assuming we can get off the damn ship. Oh, I forgot. There's always somebody just hanging there. I mean, he's been hanging up there since the day one, since I first started it, so I don't think they're going to be letting him down anytime soon, poor sod. I guess the bloody executioners haven't completely abandoned the way of the pirate, you know? I mean, they can't go from being pirate to respectable, reasonable folk overnight, after all. Okay, so passage to Gridania. Probably the easiest way, especially since we just need to speak with Mione. I think I'm saying it right. Oh, but this takes me back to our simple adventuring days when we're just traveling around to all of the main city-states here. Oh, we've come such a long way. My, if it isn't Claire Fay. Struck with a sudden craving for eel pie, were you? Or is it information you fancy? Oh yes, word of our seat-seer's comings and goings never fails to reach my ears. I'm told that ever since he returned from his foray to Ishabard, he's been roaming back and forth between our neighboring tribe's settlements and the Lotus Stand. You'll miss him if you make for one or the other, like as not, so I suggest you waylay him at the Blue Badger Gate. So we might have to wait for a little while. I don't know, maybe she could play with, like, kids or something. I mean, I'm surprised that she's not mobbed by, like, all these little kids, like, wanting an autograph or something. curious. Oh, wow! I was saying that as a joke, but she really did meet up with these little kids. Might I ask why you're loitering at the gates, Claire, and with such an enormous sack? I met you piqued my interest. To integrate the tradition and ingenuity of guilds throughout Eorzea is such a fashion and no small feat. As it happens, I'm of the mind to do something similar myself, assuming I secure the other Seedseer's approval. You are doubtless aware that historically, Gridania has placed the peace of the Twelves Wood and our covenant with the elementals above all else, often to the detriment of our relationship with other peoples. Yet much as we are one with the Shroud, are we not also part of the Star entire? Our adventures in Galamal made plain the strength of a world united. This attire you carry demonstrates much the same truth. Perhaps you assumed you would need to talk me round to the idea. If so, I apologize for the disappointment. If 'tis any comfort, I'm nearly as surprised myself. No longer am I content to hear the words of the elementals alone. I wish to know the voices of men, though our time in Galamal has shown me that my ability to listen is average at best. These horns may mark me as gifted in the Twelves Wood, but beyond, they inspire neither fear nor awe. I've been mistaken several times for an Exalia, and may as well be one for all the differences my status as a Seedseer makes to those who want for succor. Yet 'twas the self-same insignificance that allowed me, for the first time in my life, to truly feel part of a greater whole. I'm but one life among Miajids upon the star. I dare say I should behave accordingly. With luck, my elder sister shall agree. Tell Mistress Tataru that her gift is accepted with gratitude, and she ought to hear from us soon. Well, that was pleasant. Guess who? Did you speak with A-Ruhn yet? I would swear that you're spying on me. That sounds promising. I'm beginning to understand what makes our Seedseer friend tick. But we can discuss that later. You need to catch Pippin ere his duties take him from Ul'dah once more. I believe he spends much of his time at the Colosseum, so perhaps you should pay a visit to the Gold Court. I'll be awaiting your full report at the boutique. Our little A-Ruhn really has come a long way. For those of you who don't know, he's actually part of the White Mage quest line. And there was a very, very good part where he was not happy when we became a White Mage. Was not happy that we were chosen to become White Mages. And he made that very clear. But now he's like, you know what? Fine. Like, I'm more open, I'm more accepting of the world and all the people here. Oh, don't want to do that. Head straight off to Ul'dah. I love that they're taking some minor characters that we really didn't pay too much attention to and giving them a little bit more of a spotlight. Like we have a Manolane, we have Sidkar, we have A-Ruhn, obviously. I'm wondering who they're going to do next. I mean, who would you like to be able to interact more if you had a choice? Send me a comment down below. Personally, I would really like to learn more about Artael. I don't know, I find him such an interesting character. And I know that we saw a little bit of him during Endwalker, but I would really like to know more about the guy. Like, especially since he came out of his way and just called us, like... he called us, like, little sister. I find that really sweet. I see. Marshal Tarapin is currently engaged in another meeting, but I shall tell him that Claire awaits his convenience. My apologies for keeping you waiting. I did not expect you here today. Tataru is offering quality material, is she? I can hardly say no to that. It fits almost too perfectly with my plans for the flames. I have long striven for mastery of the blade. I require the trials of Ishbard, however, to truly see Tizona for what it is. A fire that warms the coldest night, the spark that ignites a blaze of hope, and most of all, an unbreakable testament to Father's faith in me. More ally than tool, it is a treasure beyond price. Does every soldier of the Immortal Flames not deserve allies such as this? Arms and armor to remind them of what they fight to protect, to help them stand when they might otherwise fall? Indeed, works made possible only through the ingenuity and dedication of allies across the star may be just the sort of inspiring armaments we need. I anticipate that I will be sending along an order for custom equipment ere long. In the meantime, would you mind if I use these samples for a few trials here at the Colosseum? My thanks. We shall put them to use immediately. As a child of Ul'dah, however, naught strikes fear into my heart like the prospect of receiving valuable goods for free. I must insist you accept something in return. Oh, that's nice of you. I had been meaning to gift that necklace to Tataru. Its poor condition aside, she might rather have it than not. Oh, don't tell me you have feelings for Tataru, too. You might have to fight Wedge for that. I have spoken with Tataru at some length about our past, you understand. In many ways, we are quite similar. As you may recall, her family was bankrupt when she was very young, a consequence of her father's business failing. They were forced to put all their wealth towards paying off his debts, and then some. One asset they reluctantly parted with was a necklace treasured by her mother, for which Tataru has long searched to no avail. Strangely enough, I recently discovered jewelry of the very same description amidst a store of neglected Colosseum prizes. Ah. Assuming it's the same piece, I should like to see it returned to her. It's significantly worse off for having changed hands, though, and only the sapphire centerpiece remains unlost and undamaged. She may appreciate the sentiment nonetheless, but it's difficult to say. What do you think? Memories it holds for her aren't lost or damaged. Yeah, I mean, I think she would be happy with it. True enough, though if it's to be a gift, I would prefer to at least clean it up a bit. In that case... I had considered asking the Goldsmiths Guild, but you ought to be able to turn the necklace into a piece that Tataru would wear, if not precisely what she remembers. I imagine you will have the opportunity to pick up gems and other suitable materials on your travels. From there, it's merely a matter of unifying the pieces. Are you willing? I see where this is going. Then I shall have the sapphire removed from its setting and set it to the boutique with all haste. I doubt even Tataru would dare open a private package addressed to you. Best of luck in finding matching materials, and in your mercantile endeavors, of course. May the traders guide you to fortune fair. I see where this is going. So for the next few quest lines that we have here with Tataru, we're going to continue to collect pieces to put into the necklace. And by the end of it, we're going to be presenting her with like the newly restored necklace, like the necklace Reborn, exactly like how she remembers it. It's a nice idea. Only question is she going to be like wearing it or anything? Yeah, so I think it's just the one quest that we have for Tataru right now. And I think there's going to be 4 more, one for each patch from here on out. You've returned with your bag, all the lighter for having given away our samples, I hope. Speaking of which, a parcel from one Pippin Tarupin arrived not bells ago, addressed to you. Could it be that our newfound partnerships are already bearing fruit? And I'm surprised that it got here before you did, despite the fact that you only just finished speaking with Pippin. Her mother's necklace? Why, that's a wonderful idea. Please allow me to assist. I swear I won't breathe a word of this to Mistress Tataru. I do wonder what parts you will need. Do you know what style Mistress Tataru prefers? Is this necklace to be a keepsake? Why not focus on that? Who's that? Oh, it's you. Apologies. I could not help it over here. That's quite alright, but do please keep your voice down. What was it you were saying? It simply occurred to me that since you were gifted the sapphire so readily, our other partners in this endeavor may wish to offer up something for Mistress Tataru as well. With such gifts, you could return the necklace into a memento of not just her past and its trials, but her present successes as well. That's perfect! If our plans for the boutique proceed apace, we should soon have more than enough tokens from friends across the seas. What do you think, Claire? Well, were you waiting for little old me? Mistress Tataru, we were, just discussing the successful delivery of the samples, yes. Good to hear. How fares dear Pippin? I knew he would come through, though I admit that I wasn't expecting to outfit a whole host of immortal flames quite so soon. Suppose it goes to show that even the most hardened warrior can always learn a thing or two. And Sidkar and A-Ruhn have changed as well, if your tales are any indication. I imagine their personal growth bodes well for that of our network. Thank you for checking up on them. We must sort through our current commissions before deciding who to approach next, but I know I can count on you to be ready when we are. Aww, I don't want it to be over. The Scions had the help of many souls in gathering refined adamantite, did you not? Even those who were not part of the Ishabad contingent. Perhaps there's an opportunity there. I shall speak to Mistress Tataru post-haste. Well, I guess that's it. It's a very interesting beginning, but I like where it's going. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to more endeavors with Tataru. So until next time, take care.